All right. Hey, everybody. Well, I haven't been on YouTube for a bit. I've been over on Twitch playing games. But I thought what we would do today, a lot of people have been asking, is to build one of these multi-carts that I've been playing with. It's a pretty simple build. So I thought I would just build a few. While I was building a few, I thought I would go ahead and do a little video for you guys to see. So let's jump into it. If you got any questions, just ask in chat. I'll try to keep an eye on that. And we'll jump in. Now, starting with these PCBs, I ordered these from PCB Way, but I'm in no way affiliated with them. They're not a sponsor or anything. So there's some, go to your favorite spot and get those wherever you like to get your PCBs from. Was it OSH something? There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of projects. You don't necessarily have to do this particular cartridge project. There's some more advanced ones for sure, but if you supposedly you have one of those 2600 pluses, those new Atari 2600s, they don't work well with those, like the Harmony cartridge and those kind of advanced cartridges. You need a dumb multi-cart, and that's what these are. These are pretty simple, but you know what? They supposedly work, so there you go. All right, so what I did was I put some flux. I'm going to do these sockets first, although I probably could do the small components first. You know what? Let me do that and put these capacitors in. And you can go to PCB Way, put in Atari 2600 4x16 kilobyte, and you'll get a link. Just go into Google and Atari 2600 4x16. You'll get a link to PCB Way, where you can order these, but it also goes through all the components that you need. So there's two capacitors, a 104 and a 101, which is like 100 picofarads and 100 nanofarads. You need 3 resistors. 2 of them are 10K. 1 is 2.2K. You need a little switch, which needs to go on the back, a little 2-switch 4-position thing to switch between your 4 ROMs. And then you have a GAL chip and a RAM chip, or your ROM, your EEPROM. So, and I'm putting sockets in for both, just because I have a bunch of sockets, and I like sockets anyways. I get heavy-handed on the soldering iron, and I don't like burning up the chip. And I'm less worried about the socket being destroyed. So I have my mise en place already made. So the nanofarad, the 100 nanofarad is the 104, which is this one. It's going to go in this spot here. And then the 100 picofarad is the 101. I don't know if you guys can see. These have a little, well, they're tiny, but they usually have a number code on them that you can look up and see what they are. Most instructions will tell you what number to use. That goes in that slot. And the PCB is pretty well labeled. So I just knocked them out. Now I like to use, I don't like to bend the legs too much because I tend to, sometimes I want to move something or undo it or whatever. So I like to use this blue tack. In desoldering the bent, if you fold those legs over all the way, they are a pain in the ass to undo. So I just put a little of this blue tack on there, and it holds it really well. Use my little. I kind of like this little holder, which you kind of move stuff around. And this is all, I got this on whatever, AliExpress or whatever. All right, so let me turn this fan on. Let me get a little bit of water on my all right. Easy enough. All right. All right. Now we have our 10K resistors. So I have pulled out here. I like to use this this little leg bender. Put your resistor in there. Bam. Just like that. Again, I like to put a little blue tack on there. I like a little flux. Right, you don't need a ton. That blue tack comes right off. Trim these legs. Bam. All right, then way down here, at the very bottom is that 2.2K resistor. So don't forget that. So 2 chips, 2 capacitors, 2 resistors, a 2 position or 2 switch 4 position thing. Don't forget that lonely little resistor down there. Oh, what did I do with those? There. What I'm going to do is do the switch right now while I'm thinking about it. The switch goes on the back. And you're gonna first time you do this, you're gonna forget because you're gonna want to put everything on the front. The switch actually goes on the back. This is the side that faces you. You put the cartridge in. This is what's facing you. This is facing the back of the cartridge towards the TV or whatever. This side is facing you, so that's what you want on that side to change your games. Yep. Do the right one. And you don't want to hold the heat on that too long. You don't want to melt that plastic. It's not. Yeah, these are the kind of cheap AliExpress ones. These aren't the highest quality switches. And that plastic will start to melt. You hold that soldering iron on there for a long time. All right, let's get our sockets in there. And if you're familiar with sockets, they have a little cutout. Your chip has a little notch. Your socket has a notch. The PCB has on the silk screen has a notch. So just line them up the correct orientation. With that, make sure that that socket is nice and flush. Then I will do one corner. We'll do the opposite corner. Get all four corners, then I'll take that blue tack off. Make sure that we're on there kind of even, straight. We're nice and flush to the bottom. That looks good. Then you can just hit them up. The rest of those, however you like. Again, you don't want to go a ton of solder on these because it tends to kind of go down the hole and build up on the other side of the PCB. All right, let's take this out. Yeah, that looks really good. I'm happy with that. Now, on this particular PCB, you see there, you can see the notch for the chip and the socket. The socket has a notch, right? We want to orient it that way. Most of the time on PCBs, your notches are all facing the same direction. This PCB, it does not. for some reason, the chips are flip-flopped, basically. Not quite sure, but why, but they are. You see that blue tack just holds it real nice. I don't get it down the holes if you can help it. It's nice and flush on there. So we'll get the corners and then we'll double check and then we'll do the rest of them. All right, it's on there nice and flush. Corners are done. So we'll just knock out the rest of these. All right. So now we'll hit that with a little isopropyl alcohol. Clean that flux residue off of there. Yeah, it's sticky. Sticky, sticky. Yeah, I tend to go heavy on the flux. The flux just takes that solder right where it needs to go, and you get a really good solder joint with it. But it leaves kind of a sticky residue, which is another reason I like to use these sockets. Because I can just take this over the sink, spray the hell out of it with, you know, simple green or isopropyl. You know, spray it with a hose, get it all nice and clean, let it dry. I don't have to worry about those chips. Wouldn't really hurt them anyways, but I don't have to worry about, you know, then I can blow the sockets out, and nothing really on here to be too damaged with the water. So, but that is done. Look at that. We need we got 2 chips that go in there. With my, if you go to that PCBWay page for this project, one is this guy C64 Istanbul. He has a lot of great I've done 3 or 4 of his projects. Really great guy. I don't know him, but he's got some great projects. Certainly is not my idea, and I didn't develop any of this stuff. But you go there, you can order the PCB. You can download the files. You'll need You'll need a for the narrow chip is a GAL, little bit of a processor. You need a file for that, a JED file. The link is on there. You download it. You flash that with that chip one time. You're done. Then your ROM chip, you can program that. You know, put 4 games on it, and the instructions are on there. How to do it. You know, you can take it out and reflash it, put 4 different games on there if you want, or just make more cartridges. And that's it. That's really all there is to it. You put it in the machine. You turn on. You know, you flip back and forth between the games. 4 games, 4 settings: up, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, and you are good to go. And that's the project. I'm going to finish up the rest of these, and maybe I'll do another video on how to program them. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. All right, thanks for watching.